Say hello. Alright, so this morning we're on our way to taking Caleb to get his psychological evaluation because we have concerns as parents on his emotional development and behavioral development. And so it's kind of controversial because, you know, Caleb being the oldest boy, it's hard to say whether his behaviors are normal or whether we're just having our expectations for him are too high, being that our oldest child is a girl, and you know everybody always says, you know, boys are not like girls, they're slower and they act worse than girls, da 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 da. So we can't never decide whether what's going on with him is normal or not. So we're on our way to get him psychologically evaluated because we had some friends who have brought up that some school teacher friends of ours have brought to our attention his speech. What was that? Ran across the street. So it looked like you see it? Oh, that's a dog.
It's a dog.
Brought to our attention about his speech not being on the level where it should be, so which is a sign of autism. And at first I kind of chopped it off as nothing because I feel personally that people profile and are quick to diagnose or misdiagnose boys with things, just because they're harder to deal with, which I don't think is fair. But I guess the thing that made me change my mind was the fact that one of the teachers was saying that, if there are services that can be provided to him now while he's not in school, being he's only 3, we should get those things done before school starts, because if you wait until school starts, then they may say, oh, his speech isn't good, we need to put him in speech. And so then they'll pull him out of instructional time with the rest of the children and then pull him in a little class. Instead of him learning math and all that good stuff, he learning how to say banana. I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I agree with that, because I don't want him to miss instructional time. I struggled a lot in school as a kid due to my parents moving a lot, and so we would move 2-3 times a year, and we would move from county to county to county, and being the counties were never on the same curriculum, I would miss out on stuff and miss out on stuff and miss out on stuff. So by the time I got to middle school, it was not a good thing. So I don't want that to be the case with my son. So I want to give him the best opportunity possible for academic success. So that's why what I don't agree with is I do not want him to be diagnosed with special ed or autism or anything like that if that's not indeed the case. Because academically the boy is on point. Because I know, I've heard stories from some kindergarten teachers who say they got little boys in their class and they say they show them a letter B and they be like, red. For a 3-year-old boy, I think academically he's doing pretty good. Potty trained completely by 2. So there's areas where he's really good, but just behaviorally and socially, he doesn't get along with children that well. His temperament is really, really, really bad. Emotionally, he doesn't seem like everything just sets him off. So I just really want to check, make sure everything is posted. Here on our way to the psychological, I just dropped off the wifey, and we gonna see how this goes. I got my concerns, but we gonna see how. This is what I want. This is what I wish in this situation. I hope that he takes the evaluation. My expectation in this going in there is I want them to be like, we might be, our expectations on him may be too high. I've been doing a lot of research since this whole thing came up, and a lot of things that I'm hearing are a lot of times families being that Caleb is a middle child, the middle child always has a lot of dynamics. One, because And especially when they're really close in age, the older child and the younger child, if they're close to the middle child's age, a lot of times that middle child can have a hard time finding himself in his place within that family dynamic. Because if he's not the baby, because he has a younger brother, and obviously we have a younger boy, and he's the baby, and then we have the older child who's the big kid, and Maven is the daughter, so she has, she gets special treatment because she's the girl and she's the only girl, so a lot of his behaviors may just be, where do I fit? And so I try to give him as much attention. Like, I don't work full time anymore. I stay home with him during the day, and I work part-time during the night, just so he could kind of have that one-on-one with me instead of taking him to a daycare, because that wasn't working out. That joker was going ham. So, I just keep him home, and now I work with him on his academic stuff. I work with him on his social skills, and the thing is, he does really well with me. But then anytime that joker get around anybody else, his mama, his grandmother, my brothers, anybody else, this dude is just flipping, and he's just super exaggeratedly emotional. He's tantruming over everything. Everything is setting him off, and it's just like, man, it's like we can't go anywhere in public. God forbid us go anywhere in public. It's church, restaurants, he's just flipping out the entire time. So I'm normal thing. So I've been doing a lot of praying, a lot of laying of the hands. There's a lot of oil that has been used. So we're just gonna see. I'm gonna try to be optimistic as possible, be open-minded. Because I think God, gives you psychologists and counselors and things like that for a reason. So I don't want to be closed-minded to the things that are offered to me. We got health insurance, and they're gonna pay for it, so we're gonna get them evaluated. Goes good. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought my baby boy with me too, so I didn't want to leave him in the house all day. So the little one is here. Did you put your jacket on? That is not the way you put a jacket on. That clearly. See my concerns. We're here to see the pre-K diagnostics, or going to the pre-K diagnostics center here in DeKalb County. So, hopefully this is a good visit. We just left the evaluation, and feel pretty good. What I hope is for. What I hope is for that this boy don't have any problems. That they can offer him some speech therapy, some speech, help with his speech, and some help with his social. Give him some kind of play therapy and speech therapy, and if that's it, that's great. But I don't want him to have no IEP and be labeled special ed and all of that good stuff. I don't want none of that. But hopefully, I think she got what my concerns were, and hopefully, prayerfully, it don't be more than just speech and social needs. Hopefully, it'll be all right. I'm hopeful. But this is what you do in these situations, though. Outside of all of that, you go get the therapy. A lot of Christians feel like we just want to put prayer and scripture on everything. Come on now, stop playing. All right, go. If you need help, go get you some help. If you need to see you a psychiatrist, you need to see you a counselor, go do all that. I'm sorry, church people, man, stop being so super spiritual all the time. Go see what the people have to say, the experts have to say. Go see what the experts say, and then after they give their diagnosis, then you put your word on it. Then you put your faith on it. But go get the help. You're going to let them do their job. And then after they do their job, I'm going to do my job as his father. And I'm going to speak life over him and read the scriptures over him and pray and lay my hands and do all that. But I'm not going to deny him help by being super saved.